Most of our people here are Siletis. They all stick together because they come from the same district. They know each other from the villages, and they come to tower hamlets and they think they are back in the village.
Yeah, I support protest, but you shouldn't write anything that try to be famous. You know, you have to write reality. You know, you can't go anything, say anything against the people's opinion.
Because his father is Bengali and she against of the Bengali. This is the why she's one of the beach.
Thank you.
What she was doing, it was making our community very cheap. And I was totally agree with what she was doing was wrong.
Because after I read this book, I found she insulted the community. We are living in around Brick Lane and about my country. Some comments she, through her character, she said in her book, what is very objectionable to me. And because of that, we organized the campaign against this book, and because of our campaign, she failed to get the Booker Prize.
We never like to hear anything bad about ourselves, what we are used to, or what we are told to believe. It's simple as that.
Because we heard they are coming, so we get together and we said, look, we'll do the objection about it. We said, look, this is Brick Lane belongs to everybody, but what is not true, if she asking people in her own people, right, and saying something about our community, our Bangla town, our community, this is will be bad in front of our eyes, so we have to do the objection.
No, it's got nothing to do with the communities. Community at all. It is just big-headedness.
This is, I know, the country of rule and regulation, but we can't stop the pollution. But we was prepared to do the protest successfully. Loads of it, hundreds of boys, girls, you know, they come out. Because look, we are living here for 37 years. Our children is brought up here, you know, they respect us. I actually approach, you know, them, and they said, uncle or brother will be here. Not for the fight, for the do the objection.
It's for some of our community people, they just understand it wrong. So I think that's why they just trying to create some protest, etc. But everybody is not agree with that, you know, because she's our community person. You know, we're proud. Definitely, she's a writer. She born in our community, and just she trying to explain what's happening and what is happening now. So we just need to take it positively.
And if after her film is come out, if we see this film is harming our community and our country, then we do the objection and we will try to stop this film to showing in everywhere. We got a right to do this.
I wrote a letter to Monica Ali. This letter is actually 18 pages. I wrote a letter to her on 23rd of September 2003. But still, I did not get any reply from her.
That's, I think, is intellectually she is degraded herself, and at the same time degraded the community she has written about. This is why we are against it. Nothing more than that.
Sorry.
Freedom of speech is an interesting concept in our community, and the way it works is this.
you can basically say what you want, you're entitled to your own opinion, as long as it doesn't contradict what I believe in.
She mentioned in her book, in page 21, most of our people here are from Sylhet. They all stick together because they come from the same district. They know each other from the villages, and they come to Tower Hamlets and they think they are back in the village.
It was really authentic, not just in the sense that I'm Bangladeshi myself, but her descriptions, and she can really touch emotions.
Most of them have jumped ship. That's how they come. They have menial jobs on the ship doing donkey work, or they stow away like little rats in the hole.
There's an instance I remember where the lady, I've forgotten her name, that's how good I am. Nazreen, she was walking up to Commercial Street and she got lost, and it was in cold weather with sandals, and I remember my mother going out in sandals in cold weather simply because that was the one dress. They didn't think to wear shoes or anything like that. So she really does get real detail in there. You can really profoundly feel what that Nazreen was going through.
If a man has only ever driven a rickshaw and never in his life held a book in his hand, then what can you expect from him?
There's a lot of emotion, untouched, untold emotions that we wouldn't talk about normally. The affair she has, the factory workers, the sewing. I grew up with my auntie who used to do tailoring at home. It was the absolute thing that they did when they came here, so anybody can relive these days through Brick Lane. A lot of the people who would have protested would have never have read a novel in their life. Those who take literary value, yes, there are some things that I didn't approve of. If it was, a representation of Bengali values, then it wasn't quite accurate, but you have to understand this is a fiction.
No, I didn't know. And to be honest, I didn't read the book. But I mean...
Do you think that's okay to protest without reading the book, without knowing it?
Well, I like to read. After I read, I can say, comment something. Thank you.
Have you read the book, The Brick Lane?
No, not yet. No, maybe soon, yeah.
You see, said Chanu, still supine, holding his book above his face. All these people here who look down on us as peasants know nothing of history. He sat up a little and cleared his throat. In the 16th century, Bengal was called the Paradise of Nations. These are our roots. Do they teach these things in the school here? Does Shahana know about the Paradise of Nations? All she knows about is flood and famine. Whole bloody country is just a bloody basket case to her. He examined his text further and made little approving, purring noises. If you have a history, you see, you have a pride. The whole world was going to Bengal to do trade, 16th century and 17th century. Dhaka was the home of textiles. Who invented all this muslin and damask and every damn thing? It was us, all the Dutch and Portuguese and French and British queuing up to buy.